Oh, babe, I'm just making some supper. What do you fancy?
I want Kimchi Alfredo pasta.
We could do that.
Yorkshire pudding.
A little bit weird, but all right.
In-N-Out fries, animal style.
Has to be animal style.
With hot Cheetos.
Excellent.
And a birthday cake. An ice cream birthday cake.
No one's birthday, but okay, the boss has spoken. Let's get on with the show. Hello guys and welcome back to What's for Supper. On today's episode we're going to be making my pregnant wife her pregnancy cravings. For anyone that knows Jen, you're going to know she loves the most random food at the same time. That's exactly what we're going to do just for her today. As you can see, I'm in a new kitchen. We finally moved house. We have a new baby on the way. 2021 is just go, go, go. So much change, but what is not changing is the fact that we're going to make some delicious food for you guys. So on today's menu we have Kimchi Alfredo, which perfectly complements the British Yorkshire pudding. Then we'll pop back to America for some In-N-Out fries with animal style. Jen's ride or die, some hot Cheetos. And for dessert we have an absolutely massive ice cream birthday cake. And yes, it's no one's birthday, but Jen deserves to celebrate. She is now 21 weeks pregnant. She's been doing an incredible job. I want to do this for her to be a good husband, and because I want to eat this all myself. So let's kick things off with the Kimchi Alfredo. So first up, we're gonna need some freshly washed Bella mushrooms. I wanna slice them up nice and thin. It's funny, I never actually knew Kimchi Alfredo was a thing until I moved to LA. Me and Jen went to a bar in K-Town called Cafe Blue, and it was like 1 a.m. They had Kimchi Alfredo on the menu. I was like, what is this? It was absolutely delicious. Yes, we were a little bit tipsy, but it tasted so good. And I've always wanted to have it since, and I don't think I've ever got round to actually having it. I've never made it before, so this is my first time. I do apologize if it's not very good, but we'll just pretend it's nice anyway, you know? Right, mushrooms are good. Put them in a bowl. Then we're gonna get shallot. I wanna finely chop this. I forgot how much shallots make your eyes water right at the start of the video as well. That's not ideal. Right, let's add them to the bowl. And then we want to get a zucchini, and what we want to do is do thin slices. I'd usually use a mandolin here, but for anyone that remembers, it was a mandolin and a zucchini that chopped off a good chunk of my thumb last year. So we threw that mandolin right away, never using it again. And I'm trying to do the safety measure with a fork now. You gotta be careful, guys. You know, you get too carried away, too confident, and you won't have a thumb. Right, zucchini is chopped, thumb is intact. And now let's set that aside into a different bowl. Right, next up we want to chop about 4 cloves of garlic. We'll set these aside in another bowl. Right, and then next up, the special ingredient, the kimchi. We want about a 1/4 cup of this. Oh, it's so good. Delicious. Chop the kimchi quite fine. Just shows how versatile kimchi is, you know? Pop it in an Alfredo. Then we just want to add that into the bowl with the garlic. Then we're going to get some nice fresh parsley. This will just be a lovely garnish at the end. All right. Add that into another bowl. Then we'll chop spring onion, green onion, scallions. So many names for the same thing. Lovely jubbly. Right, throw that in the bowl with the parsley. Right, now let's get frying. Right, so first up we're gonna make the pasta. Let's get some water in there, get it nice and hot. Plenty of fine salt. Then we're gonna add the linguine. And we're gonna cook this for about 10 minutes until al dente. Right, and then we'll move on to the frying pan. We need a good old glug of olive oil. Then we want to add our onion and mushroom mix. Then we want to cook this for about 5 to 7 minutes until soft and brown and delicious. I must say, it feels great to be in this new kitchen, in this new house. We moved about 2 weeks ago now, and obviously the first week or two, you've got to kind of move boxes and plan everything, and a lot of back and forth, but we couldn't be happier. And obviously, Jen's about halfway through her pregnancy now, so we wanted to get this stuff sorted out. The kind of stress of moving can be quite a lot, especially when you're pregnant. So now we've got over that hurdle, we can relax and physically and mentally prepare ourselves for the little one. And it's every day it's just more and more mind-blowing to think that there's going to be a mini version of us with us soon, and it's mind-blowing to think. And certain elements I feel a little bit hopeless with, because you know, Jen's the one that has to carry the baby. She's the one that has to have this 9-month countdown for the worst pain and all these things that I can't physically help and take over for her. But what I can do is obviously be an emotional support for her. I can cook her some delicious random food to make her feel good and just try and be that kind of support system, because there's a lot, you know, women have to go through. And as men, I think being that support system, being that rock, being empathetic and understanding that things are going to be different. They might want really random food. They might have difficult days, and we have to be empathetic to that, because it's something that us as men will never be able to understand really what that's like. The idea of this living being inside my wife, it's just so crazy. It's so beautiful, and I'm so excited. With that said, the mushrooms and onions are looking lovely. We're going to add the kimchi and garlic now. We just want to fry this for a couple of minutes. Get nice and fragrant, and add some salt. Obviously kimchi adds that kind of saltiness as well, so you don't want to add too much. Get some pepper. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, and then 1 cup of heavy cream. Look, this is a naughty meal, guys. Usually we make substitutes for the dairy and we try and make it as healthy as possible, but the wife has cravings, and we're going to make it as delicious as possible for her today. Then we're going to add the pasta. It's nice and al dente. Oh, look at that. We're going to add some parmesan. Then we're going to add our zucchini strips. Then we're going to add some of the parsley and scallions. Right, you know what time it is, guys. You know what we have to do here. Oh. Wow. Oh, it's so good. The kimchi's amazing. Wow. See, I barely remember it because I was pretty drunk when I had it the first time, so it's so good. I mean, of course it's gonna be good. It's got heavy cream, it's got butter, it's got pasta, it's got all of it. Right, this beauty is ready to serve. Right, now we have our Kimchi Alfredo. We're gonna pair this perfectly with very British Yorkshire puddings. So if you've never heard of a Yorkshire pudding, it's what we have in England, very common with a Sunday roast. It was first made in like the 1700s. I think it was used to fill you up on cheaper ingredients. It's quite stodgy, so you'd eat less meat. And because I don't eat meat anymore, I just eat loads of Yorkshire puddings. But they're bloody delightful, very tasty, very delicious, and pretty easy to make. So first we're gonna need 4 eggs. Pop them in the bowl. Then we'll add 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 cups of milk, and a dash of salt. Let's get the whisk, give it a good mix. This has to be the first time ever someone is having a Yorkshire pudding to go with Kimchi Alfredo. Never happened before. If it has, let me know, but I guarantee it hasn't. Right, then I'm gonna pour this into a jar. Right, now that the batter is done, I'm gonna throw it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to rest, and then put the oven on to 425. Right, so now that is resting, let's get our tray, our muffin, cupcake, pudding tray, whatever you call it. We're gonna need a teaspoon of vegetable oil per tray. I'm sure she won't want 12 Yorkshire puddings, but we'll make 12 just in case. So now we want to throw the tray onto the top shelf of the oven. We want to get it nice and smoky and hot, so then when we add the cold batter, it will just blow up into this fluffy, crispy, delicious Yorkshire pud. Let's do it. Right, so the oil is nice and hot. We have our cold batter mix, and we want to fill them up about 3/4 of the way. Right, looks like we're making 11. So now we throw them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until crispy and golden brown. Look at these puds. You see what I mean? They just blew up. They're looking crispy, they're fluffy. Oh, they smell so good. So much carbs, so much batter, lots of brown. Let's serve these up. Right, so now our Yorkshire puds are done. We're gonna move on to our In-N-Out fries, animal style. Me and Jen absolutely love In-N-Out. It's like the rule, whenever you leave LA, we just have to go there, no exceptions. We have actually moved a little bit closer to one, which is very dangerous, but I thought I'd learn to make it myself today. I know it's the animal style, it's a secret sauce, but it's not that secret because I'm gonna show you how today. First off, we're gonna need a bowl, half a cup of mayonnaise, half a cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of dill pickles, a teaspoon of yellow mustard, half a teaspoon of sugar, some salt, a bit of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Then we just give it a good old mix up. Right, so now the sauce is done, we're gonna get a frying pan and we're gonna pop some olive oil on. And then I'm just gonna add some chopped onions into the pan. We're gonna cook these onions at a nice low heat, just to get them nice and caramelized and soft. Then we're gonna throw them all over the chips. I mean fries, sorry, you guys call them fries. In England we call them chips, which is really confusing because you call chips what we would call crisps. So when I first moved to America and I would order what I thought was fries with my burger, I'd ask for chips, but they would give me crisps. And I'd be like, well, that's not a chip, it's a crisp. But then you call them chips. But then, so, do you know what I mean? It's really confusing. And for a long time, I kept on accidentally ordering crisps instead of fries or chips. You know what I mean. Anyway, onions are looking good. Throw the onions in a bowl. Lovely, and then set that aside. Then we're gonna get a baking tray, some parchment paper, spray with some olive oil. Then we're gonna throw our hand-cut fries in. And I know what you're thinking, oh, we didn't make the fries himself. I always make the fries myself. I like to make the fries myself, but my wife requested just the easy oven-baked fries. So I'm gonna be very kind, make my life easier, and make my wife happier. And we'll throw these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. So the fries are done, they are looking lovely. We're gonna pop them in a bowl. We're gonna add some salt. Then we're gonna get 3 slices of American cheese. You know, if we're doing this properly, we're doing it full-on American, absolute process. Perfect. Then we're gonna get our grilled onions, pop them on top. Lovely jubbly. Then our nice animal style sauce. Oh, that's exactly the same. Oh, that's exactly the same. Put a little bit more pepper on. And then to top it off, a couple of delicious dill pickles. Look at that. Right, so now our In-N-Out animal style fries, chips, whatever you want to call them, they are done. Let's get the wife down and serve her very random, very delicious pregnancy craving dinner. Right, babe, we have the most random meal ever.
It looks perfect to me.
Yeah, it does look perfect to you. Before we start, let's blow out the birthday cake. As we've established, it's no one's birthday, but you deserve this, babe.
Thanks.
Hey! It's probably bad luck to do it when it's no one's birthday.
I feel like strange food combinations just come naturally to me. It is like a gift. I want to get started. This looks freaking delicious. Start with the entree. We'll have some of this Kimchi Alfredo pasta.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers. Mmm. This is freaking great.
The kimchi works great. It gives it a nice little kick. You know, Alfredo can be quite a bit too creamy, a bit too simple, and it just elevates it because that little bite, you know.
It adds a lot of depth and dimension.
It does.
It's a perfect ratio.
And all we need now is the perfect side to go with it. A Yorkshire pudding. This has never been done before.
It's a lovely little dinner roll.
A lovely little dinner roll. Cheers, babe.
Cheers. They taste like In-N-Out fries. You nailed the sauce.
It's close, isn't it?
Yeah, it's identical, babe.
Not so secret anymore, is it, guys? Huh?
Oh my god. Let's put the animal style on the Yorkshire.
Oh yeah. She's smart. Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh wow. How have your cravings been, babe?
Honestly, I've just been craving a lot of spicy food. I've been putting tapatio on everything. That's been my jam. I've just been craving a lot of spicy stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's not like you've been too specific about stuff, other than this. And actually, ironically, about a week ago, you were like, I need In-N-Out. You know, I'm like, you know what? Again, I want to be a good husband. I want to be there for my wife, make her happy. So I went to In-N-Out with her, you know, just for you.
Very selfless.
Very selfless. Everyone wins in this scenario. You get the food, I get the food and the content. You guys get the content, you don't get the food, but maybe you get the inspiration for the food. So
you taught them how to make it, so this could be your reality too.
Make it your reality and let us know. In the meantime, we're gonna have some cake. Do you want some cake? Let's have some cake. Wow, you look so small next to this cake. Jen wanted the classic just ice cream cake. So this is what you would get at a kid's party.
Exactly, like I wanted something with like sprinkles and funfetti. I don't know, it looks like a prop.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Hey. We call these hundreds and thousands in England, sprinkles.
Why? Oh.
I guess because there's hundreds and thousands of them, but I think sprinkles is probably a better word.
It's kind of long, huh?
Hundreds and thousands. Right, good luck. Wow. It's so good.
This cake is perfection.
It's absolute perfect. It's just that kind of like classic kind of cheap and cheerful cake, you know, exactly what we wanted. So as we try everything we can not to have another slice, we're gonna love you and leave you. Thank you again for all your love and support through this pregnancy. It's really meant the world to us. But for now, we're gonna try not to eat more and see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.
Bye.